As we gear up for harvest, safety is something everyone needs to remember. Our Grow co-host Marilyn Barnett has more.
Well, now is a chance to really spotlight safety on farms and ranches. This is something I know a lot of farmers and ranchers are out there. I know is what they're probably saying, but this is a time to really send out some reminders. There's some things you might not think about that we should remind people about, especially this week, right, Sherry?
Absolutely. This is the week that's designated as National Farm Safety and Health Week. And so this year, our theme is Safety Counts, Protect What Matters.
Yes, and obviously what matters, your family, your children, your life, you know, because it can be dangerous. So what are some steps here that everyone should take, especially harvest coming right up here, to make it a little safer?
Well, first thing we need to realize is that farm fatalities have gone down. However, agriculture still remains the highest ranking industry with the highest number of fatalities. So even though we're doing some good work, we really need to keep working. Be sure that all of your equipment's in tip-top shape to start the harvest. If things break, as they will, get them repaired. Get them repaired the best way possible. Not just with that duct tape and baling wire kind of thing.
Yeah, good idea.
It's a hard thing to say, but keep facilities clean. Slips and falls are the #1 cause of injuries on farms and ranches. And so cleaning up oil spills, keeping grain off of the floors, off of ladders, being sure that mud and that kind of thing are just cleaned up as soon as possible.
Not a bad
and
idea.
Sometimes that's hard on the farm, I know. And then finally, we have a lot of people that come in just for harvest. It may be uncle, it may be an aunt, it may be grandpa that come in just for harvest, and we need to train those folks. It may be young folks that are new to harvest, it may be older folks that are doing a new job this harvest. So be sure that they know what the farm is, what the harvest is like, all those little quirks that you just take for granted on your farm.
Don't just throw them into the fire. Because once in a while, you know, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, we probably should teach you all of these things so that we're safe. So obviously, an emergency can happen. Being prepared for that can make a difference, right? And
it is important for all families, of course, but the distance from medical health makes it especially important for those on farms and ranches. So do a double check. Be sure that all the cell phones have their emergency numbers in them. If you've got landlines, be sure those numbers are posted. Be sure everybody knows where the first aid kits are, where the fire extinguishers, and that those are current. Some things do go out of date for sure. And then just have a basic first aid training for everybody. Anybody that's on that farm doing anything, be sure they know some basic first aid.
Yeah, and just make it, even the equipment, you can make it safer for everyone involved, right?
Well, industry has done their part, and so we really need, as farm families, to step up and just be sure that safety really is important and that we're protecting the things that are important on our farms.
And sometimes, you know, if you're not the one doing the actual work on the farm, tell them and remind them, you know what, we want you to come home at the end of the day.
Absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely.
Because that's what matters. Thank you so much. And if you do have questions, of course, extension agents are always a wonderful resource. Contact your local extension. Also go to our website, nebraska.tv as well.
Weather is up next.